First time we've ever done it. JP, I'll give it to you.
This handy dandy notebook right here, I have 5 listings down. Now I went
Shout out
3
Blues Clues.
quarterback ones, 3 quarterbacks, a running back round, and a receiver round. Now I tried to be contentious with it. I really didn't want
Hang
to
on.
put someone in what?
Is one person going at a time, or is like one person
no.
going and then we're all going to nitpick it?
No. So I'm going to read them. If you would let me
Okay.
finish, Reese. Gosh dang. I'm going to
Okay.
read the 3 names. You're going to
Okay.
think about it for a couple seconds.
Yes.
And then we'll go around the clock. You won't share anything until everybody's gone.
Okay.
I won't say anything.
Okay.
So it's just you 3. All right.
Okay.
Starting with quarterbacks. This is round number 1. Ready?
Got it.
Start, bench, and cut. You got Jackson Dart, Will Howard, and Brady Cook. Okay. Jackson Dart, Will Howard, Brady Cook. A couple seconds to think about that. I'm going to start here to this would be my right from the camera, but it looks like it's all messed up. Parks, you're going to go first. Start, bench, cut.
Okay. Did you say Will Howard?
Yes.
Okay. I thought you said Will Rogers the first time. I'm going to start Jackson Dart. I think he's one of the more underrated players in the SEC, especially for this upcoming year.
Okay.
The other 2 are toss-up. I'm going to bench Will Howard just because he's a good person to have on the team. He can be that fill-in guy. I'm going to cut Brady Cook because of the 3, I think he makes the least impact of last year. And if he didn't have Luther Burden, I don't think I'd be as high on Missouri. So those are my choices.
Reese, you're next.
I'm going to also start Dart, but I will flip Howard and Cook. I'll bench Cook and I'll cut Howard.
Ohio State fans would have your head for cutting Will Howard. He's got.
Schaefer, how much different are you right now than one of those 2?
I'm tailing Reese, to be honest with you. My differences being Will Howard over Brady Cook. Brady Cook got a lot of flack last year.
That's a loaded opinion. Schaefer, he's a Big 12. He's a Big 12 guy. You have a little hate left in for him. Take the fandom out of it.
I've
you
seen
hate
it with
Will
my
Howard.
own eyes. It's not
My own eyes.
It's the eye test. I think that a lot of people gave Cook flack, and like Missouri fans like to crap on him a lot, and they were like booing him at one point. I don't know if he was last year, but the year before. And Drinkwitz is just like, people are all morons. Like, I think this guy's
Matty Mock back.
Yeah, he's gonna be a top. No, I gotta think about this. 5 quarterback in the SEC, probably going into next year. I trust him to just throw the football better than Will Howard. Like, I think you could space the field, even though, Missouri's got really good receivers. I understand that. But if I space the field and I want to go 5 wide, like, I think I'm putting Brady Cook back there over Will Howard if I had to.
I think 5 might be a stretch. We say top 8, maybe.
Well, initially I went Ewers, Arnold. Is Nussmeier that good? Is Wegman that good?
Are you really putting Arnold above him? Like,
no, I'm just saying like that. That's the people you would be talking around.
Nico,
Ewers. Yeah, Nico.
Milrow.
Jackson Dart. Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not putting Milrow up there. I'm sorry.
Did you say Nussmeier?
Contention. Yeah, I did. Said I don't know about Nussmeier yet, and Wegman as well. But all right, I see what you're saying there. That's my assumption was what Jake and Reese did is what I thought would happen. I can see what Parks is saying though.
I get that.
A guy that benefited from the system. Next one, Dylan Gabriel, another SEC quarterback or ex. Oh my God, I forgot he left to Oregon. Just drives me nuts.
Big 10 quarterback.
He's transferring like all over the place. Yeah, Big 10 quarterback. Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, DJ Uiagalelei. Gabriel, Shedeur Sanders, DJ Uiagalelei.
Is it me first again?
We'll start with Jake.
All right, Jake.
That does sound like a good question at first, but now I give it a second. I don't think it's really much thought. I'm benching I'm cutting DJ Uiagalelei. I am benching Dylan Gabriel, and I'm taking Shedeur Sanders as the starting quarterback. Simply based on Parks makes a face, but simply based on draft stock for next year. I think Shedeur is much higher on a draft board than Dylan Gabriel.
As a college quarterback, this would be like if you are starting.
But is it like your NFL talent is kind of how you are as a college quarterback?
That's not true. You ever heard of Tim Tebow?
Yeah. Well, if you're gonna do that, you can list so many names off here to do this.
That's my point. Yeah. It's like this is for a college team, not for NFL.
If I flip flop one or the other, if I put Shedeur on Oregon, I think he is phenomenal
think
there.
he'd
If
still
you
be-
put
yeah.
I'm
Dylan
not saying he's a
Gabriel,
bad quarterback. I'm just saying your reasoning is flawed.
I can flip flop one or the other. I think Shador improves Oregon. I
Mhm.
think Dylan Gabriel makes Colorado worse. There's your
Okay.
answer.
I like that. Okay, that's a good one. Reese, you
You-
again.
I'd cut DJU as well, but I would start Gabriel and I'd bench Shador. This guy, I think Gabriel being a little more
You're getting a lot of
experienced, and
bullshit
you kind of get the dual action with him. But Shador also just like accurate, doesn't turn the ball over as much. But I just think Gabriel's a little
Fair.
more experienced and going to be a little more just a guy you can trust. I think a little bit more with your system you're going to go get as well too. Again,
Yep.
Shador's a damn good quarterback. I just think you're going to have a guy who's been playing Power 5 for a little bit longer. It's going to be a little bit more experienced. So that's why I
Fair.
started him.
I think
Perks, you're
this year will be very telling for Shador in an actual system. As you heard, he came out last week, said 90% of the routes they were running last year were choice routes. So it was tough to be a quarterback there. So you'll learn a lot about him even more this year, but there's no shot I am
Dustin
taking
Crum ran the shit out of that offense, by the way, in the MAC. I think we could handle in the Pac-12
Dylan
for changing
Gabriel.
quarterback levels.
Dylan Gabriel starting. Shador will be on the bench purely based off talent. I think he throws one of the better deep balls, if not the best deep ball, now that Michael Penix is not a part of it in college football. But until I see him win more than 4 games in the Pac-12, I've got to put Gabriel in the starting. He has way too much experience, and then I'll bench DJU. I think out of the 3 talent, that's exactly – I think it would be Shador, Dylan Gabriel, DJU, purely talent by themselves. But if I'm making a decision who to start, I'm putting Dylan Gabriel over Shador right now.
It's interesting because when you look at him out of high school, this would go DJ, Shador, Gabriel. So it's just interesting to look at.
I also peaked in high school, DJ. It's okay.
What I
Peaked in
crossed
middle
this name off this list, like they were going to be in this 3. If I put Noah Fafita in there, how does that change? I thought it'd make things a little too obvious, but so I took him out, put Uiagalelei in. It started to seem like I should have left him in there.
I don't know if it would have been, my answer would have been different. It hasn't been enough. But the 2 comparable quarterbacks, those are easily interchangeable.
It's fair. Okay. Last one for quarterbacks. This does have Fafita in it. Noah Fafita, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck.
Is that too elite company for Fafita so far? Like, have we not seen enough of him to put him next to them?
Quarterback, we need to hit the brakes.
Oh, he's pretty
He's
good. I can hear that argument.
Quarterback.
I can hear that argument. I think he's a great quarterback. Otherwise, he wouldn't be at Georgia. I don't know if I just put good on him, but it's okay to not
Jake
say
Fromm a great quarterback. He was at Georgia.
He's pretty good.
Aaron Murray.
Right.
What are you saying there? Are you saying
we're all going to start? I think we're all going to
just saying,
start.
like, just because he's at Georgia doesn't make you elite.
It's hard to get
That's
there.
right.
But what's your point on that? Are you saying that they are like just a part of the system?
No, I'm just saying he's not an elite quarterback. He's not an elite quarterback.
Okay.
Are we all going to start the exact same quarterback? I think we're debating on who we're going to bench and cut. Probably.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like
yeah, we're all starting Ewers, right?
I think we would all start Ewers.
Jake's looking at it. He's thinking.
Jake's not going to start Ewers.
Carson Beck.
Jake's going to start Fafita.
No, he's not going to start Fafita.
Jake's going to start Fafita, and he's going to cut. He's going to cut.
I'm cutting Quinn Ewers.
What?
I'm
Hang on. Hang on.
It is clickbait. Somebody tab that.
I'm benching Noah Fafita and I'm starting Carson Beck.
Ooh.
I just think that I don't know. I would have expected Ewers more in what was it now? Year 3. It's kind of a prove it year for me this year. Just with all the talent that surrounded him, I just think that I don't know. I just thought he was kind of inconsistent this year, and I think Carson Beck doesn't get enough credit. I mean, you guys saw our video the other day. He was 3rd most in passing yards in college football last year, behind 2 guys who played in Bo Nix, who played 14 games, and just as much as Beck, I guess. But Michael Penix, who also played an extra game. So that being said, he's the leading returner in passing yards. I think he throws a better deep ball than Quinn Ewers. And I think he had less talent than Texas did last year on the offensive end. I really do. And that team, I'll still go to my grave saying that was probably the best team in college football. It doesn't mean much. Michigan still won it, and then on the other side, I think Noah Fafita is just super talented. He's kind of recency bias for me. Do I really think he's better than Quinn Ewers right now? I don't know, but I think he's more athletic. I'm going to take the kid who's more athletic than Quinn Ewers. So that's kind of my reasoning.
Fair enough.
There's your quarterback rounds. Running back round here. Ray Davis, Audric Estime, Cody Schrader.
Reese, you go first.
Ray Davis, Audric Estime, Cody
Estime.
Schrader.
I'd look like a hypocrite if I really put Estime over Schrader, wouldn't I?
Yeah, you would. That's why I put it on here. That's why it's here. This was set up. This was set up to clip it.
I'm gonna start Schrader. I'll bench Estime and I'll cut Davis.
Okay.
That's a good answer. I'm going to second that. As I was thinking through it, I think Ray Davis is a stud. Don't get me wrong, but
great
he
year.
wasn't as consistent as Schrader and Estime.
It's fair.
There's a reason Schrader was all SEC.
Yeah, Estime's good, man. He's really good. He's big body. He gets the most out of his build.
Ray Davis probably played with the
that.
worst offensive line on this list.
True.
Fair enough.
Only like 200, 300 less yards than Estime, I believe. Right around there. I think he finished around 1,100 or 1,200. Estime is about 13.
And probably Ray Davis played with the worst quarterback on the list.
I mean,
Ray
Davis was fine, but he had like 30% of his yards against Florida.
That's true. He did have one of those.
Keep that in
250,
mind.
260. Yeah. Is yours the same?
I'm cutting Davis. I'm benching Estime, and I'm starting Cody Schrader. I think Cody Schrader.
I thought that was gonna be a lot more contentious than it was.
I think Cody Schrader's a better receiver.
We thought it through. We know ball
of that group. So,
all right, last round. This is receiver round. Ready? I took one guy that was the 2 on the team, and then the rest are the ones from their school. Jalen Polk, Luther Burden, Xavier Worthy. I didn't want to put Roma Dunze in this list.
Let's let Jake lead this one off. Jake, you go first.
Polk, Burden, and
this is bad podcasting, but is Xavier Worthy really coming back this year?
Yes.
Holy shit!
I'm not gonna lie, shake hand up. I didn't know that either.
I knew Whittington was gone. I knew Sanders was gone. I thought he was going.
I'm almost certain. I'll double check that. You can.
Well, never mind the fact. We can base it off last year. That's fine. So you said Burden, Polk, and Worthy. Okay, I will. Burden starting. I talked about it before. I think he's the best receiver in college football. Yeah, I think going into next year, he's my guy for now. And God, Xavier Worthy, he's not coming back. Oh, that's what I thought. Okay,
he announced like 24 hours.
Doesn't matter.
You
can still pick.
Fair enough. It was way too long.
That's fine. We can talk about
last
it
season.
Xavier Worthy. I'm cutting him and I'm putting Polk as my bench guy. I thought I was just going to get into that. Even if he was coming back in college football next year, Worthy he set the bar so damn high his freshman year. Like he was so good. And he never progressed there's no reason he shouldn't have been like probably the number 1 receiver in college football last year. I know Marvin Harrison, people are going to
Wasn't he hurt?
He was hurt, but like Marvin Harrison, he didn't have as good of a freshman year as Xavier Worthy did. Like when he first started,
but Xavier Worthy didn't have. Let's be honest here. I mean, Xavier Worthy had very different people playing in front of him when they were freshmen. I mean, like nobody.
They needed him. I get that.
They didn't need Marvin Harrison Jr. on that team.
Which is all the reason why I think he should have learned and he should have progressed better and he should have developed into a for sure top 3 receiver in college football. And I don't know if you could have made that argument last year.
Fair enough. Reese, I'll let you go next.
I agree with who could start. I think Burden is correct because I think we also just talked about his quarterbacks and I benched him, but I think he had probably the lesser of the 3 quarterbacks that he had throwing in the ball. So the fact he did put up those numbers, I think Burden is that big of a stud. But then I would bench Worthy and I would cut Polk.
That's probably where I'd be. Parks.
That's exactly where I would be. And I think a big part of it for me was Michael Penix. You're talking about the probably most, I don't want to say elite, but polished passer with his experience last year throwing to Polk.
Accurate.
And he was still number 2. And then yours, I would put him 1 step below Michael Penix, but I think you guys nailed it. I'm jumping on that train as well.
Perfect. That was the last one I had here.